says, brings from the Gemara that the people in the Shalayim, the Kohanim, most of the Kohanim at that time during the Korban Pesach were not clean, pure spiritually. So you can't push off the Korban Pesach. It's either now or never. And they didn't have buses and transportation, modern transportation to bring people from very far distance. So whoever's here is here. Whoever's not coming, they couldn't come. Whatever reason. We're not going into all the logistics.
What about Pesach Sheni?
Pesach Sheni is only if an individual, a person, they brought the carbon. The people, most of the people brought the offering. But this person was sick. One person or two or three, not the majority. They couldn't make it. They were impure, they didn't feel good, their wife didn't feel good, whatever the case. They couldn't make it because of a real situation that held them back. It's called an oinus. Oinus. Aleph, Nun, Samach. Oinus. It happened. Then you have Pesach Sheni. Otherwise you do. So the Rambam talks here about Chizkiyahu. There was a big tzaddik, his name was Chizkiyahu. He was the king of Yerushalayim. His father was not a tzaddik, was far from a tzaddik. Was a Rosh, was a bad person. So what happened?
But he did Teshuva in the end, his father, no?
Who Menashe? Yeah.
He did Teshuva.
So it says that he made a mistake. What did he do? You know that the certain years that are leap years. In order to establish a leap year, you have to have certain conditions. And you have to have the agreement of the Sanhedrin, of the rabbis. But for whatever reason, he decided he had a group of rabbis who agreed with him, but the majority didn't. And he went along and he made an extra month of Adar because he saw that the people were not pure yet. They were not ready to bring the carbon, so they needed more time to get to purify themselves. And when did he do this? He did this on the 30th day of Adar, which already technically could be Rosh Chodesh Nisan, and that's the cutoff day. He should have done it the day before. So for these two reasons, Hashem was not happy. The rabbis didn't agree with him. So even though some rabbis did, but since they were the minority, not the majority, so he realized he made a mistake. So he davened to Hashem for forgiveness. Hispalal Yechizkiyahu aleim leimer Hashem hatoiv yichaper ba'ad. Yechizkiyahu. V'nemar v'yishma Hashem al Yechizkiyahu v'yirpes ha'am Yechizkiyahu zeh shnitza korbanah. That Hashem said, even though he made a mistake, he's going to accept his prayer, his supplication, his tshuva, and he gave him an atonement. He gave him another chance. So you see, the Rambam, the first part is Negeya, is important to mention here, that there was a real situation where they had to, with the king, the Chachamim, worked it out that the people could bring the carbon even though they weren't ritually pure. But why does the Rambam have to say the second part? That he made a mistake, and Hashem, he asked for forgiveness, and Hashem forgave him. It's not so relevant to this discussion. It is relevant to teach us that even if you're a big king and a big tzaddik, like Chizkiyahu, that the Gemara says that he had the potential to breed Mashiach. Hashem said he is on that level. He could also make a mistake. And he acknowledges his mistake, and he asks Hashem for forgiveness publicly, and it's written and it's documented, and we study about it to learn from it. Today, the day after Simchas Torah. An unbelievable lesson in life. No one's perfect. Only Hashem is perfect. We all make mistakes. So, make a mistake. You figure out a way how to go back to the situation and fix it. Clean it up. Clean up your act. Don't say, it's below my dignity. I'm too embarrassed. It's more embarrassing if you don't do the right thing. And then you're going to have to answer to Hashem, why didn't you do it? Oh, I was embarrassed. You're embarrassed. Like the Rebbe once said, so you'll go through it. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen. It's like today, I gave someone a little rebuking on the phone. Nothing. No one was, no one was there. It was private. He starts giving me excuses. Says, "Look, hold it. Don't give me an excuse. If you're a chassid, say you're right. I accept it, and that's it. Don't look for excuses, because I could challenge you on every excuse you're going to give me. You don't have to go there. Just say, you know what? You're right. I made a mistake, and we'll have to fix it. Please forgive me, and let's move on. There's no reason to start this excuse, that excuse. It's not how you're supposed to deal with it. If you're humble, you say, you know what? You're right. Let me understand what I need to do now to fix the problem, to fix the mistake. Looking for an excuse means let's sweep it under the carpet and let's not deal with it. And it's all, and I'm right. I'm self-justified, self-righteous, and don't tell me. That's gaiva. By the end of the day, that's arrogance. If you're humble, you say, no, you're right, and I have to better myself. What's wrong? What's wrong? To say that I have to do teshuva, I have to do things right. The best thing. But since we're already on this subject, that Hashem says that if most of the Kohanim, or most of the Kalim, or most of the people who are at the Beis HaMikdash during Erev Pesach are ritually impure, tamei, you could bring the Korban Pesach. Why? Because Hashem says, I'll be mechaper, I'll forgive you, I'll atone for it. This brings us back to what it says by Yom Kippur. Hashoichein itam besoich tumoisam. Hashem says that I rest amongst the Jewish people in their tumah, in their impurity. That means I don't give up on you, Hashem says, because you're impure, because you're not on a high level, and you didn't do everything right. I love you unconditionally. So since we know how much Hashem truly loves us, and how much commitment Hashem has to us, nothing will get into the way, nothing will block this beautiful relationship that we have with Hashem Yisbarach. Then we have to show Hashem also how much we appreciate His love and His kindness and His unconditional commitment. What do? We come to shul more and again. We don't get tired of it. We don't say, I'm maxed out. I already came to shul so many times this month. What do you want from me? What do you want from me? What do you want again? So first of all, if you come to shul to talk to Hashem, this is the biggest privilege. You don't get tired of something that's the greatest privilege. Second of all, this gives everyone strength around you. And I said this many times. When I see all of you here, and I see new faces and old faces and everyone together, it's a big inspiration. We don't take anything for granted. When a Jew comes into our shul, especially during the weekday, that means that they're totally connected. You might say they're not so religious. That's how you view it. You don't know how to measure someone's religiosity. How do you measure it? They have a burning passion, a burning fire in their neshama, in their soul for Hashem. And Hashem loves that. And that's what he says. I am with you in your impurity. No matter what, I am with you. And Hashem says that we make him happy. So that's today's Rambam. We have to take this very seriously and internalize it. And on this process it to recognize that Hashem is telling us, not just Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur, Sukkot, Simchas Torah, the day after. Where are you? Where are you?
Are you? Easy.
We're here. Oh, we're here. Baruch Hashem that we're here. But we're here with Simcha. And we're not here because we need something to happen, something major. You come because you want to come, because you're happy to come to speak to Hashem. Your neshama is waiting for this time and this opportunity and this mitzvah. And this is very, very important. Final thing is that we're learning now in the Parsha of Bereshis. We started now to learn the Torah again. And we never stop. The moment we finish the Chumash of Dvarim, the last Parsha, Zois HaBracha, we immediately go to Bereshis Bar Elokim. It's a Shema Yisraelis. We start all over. And we never get tired. And we don't get lazy. Right away we open up the Torah, and right away we find new inspiration and happiness, and we're back. We start all over, and we look forward to review and to study and to see new insights in the Torah. That's a big deal. A person who is not looking for Hashem deeply won't be able to do that so easy, so systematically. Give me a break. I want to go now to Las Vegas. I want to go to another place, to the mountains, to rest. When it comes to serving Hashem, this is the rest. This is vacation. When you learn Torah, it says in Pirkei Avos, "Ein lecha ben chayrin ela mi she'osek b'talmud Torah." Who is completely free? Who is on vacation? Who is on a holiday? The person who follows Torah. It's not just learning the Torah. It's the Torah way of life. Why? Some people say that Torah is a burden because they don't understand what Torah is. Torah is not a burden. If you think Torah is a burden, then you don't understand what the Torah is all about. Hashem is giving you life. Hashem is giving you strength. Hashem is giving you blessings with the Torah. So how could it be a burden? A burden is something that you don't want to do, and you're forced to do it, and you really don't enjoy doing it. And you have to do it because of necessity. That's not what Torah is all about. Hashem says you should learn Torah and live with the Torah because you enjoy it with all your life. This is your inspiration. But how do you get to that level? How do you get to this reality? How do you get to this point that you should feel that the Torah is my life, and I want to dance with the Torah, and I want to sing with the Torah, and I want to be happy with the Torah, and I'm not just Simchas Torah, but the next day, the next week, and the next month, and 11 months later, and all the time. How? And the answer is, if you learn, study the Torah, and you ask Hashem to give you inspiration in the Torah, you pray for it. You ask Hashem, just like you ask Hashem to give you good health. You ask Hashem to give you parnasa, enough money to pay your bills, an income. And even more. Ask Hashem to give you happiness in the Torah.
That's right.
There was just a person, a rabbi, a shliach, who passed away just a few days ago. So they interviewed him, and on the called GEM, Jewish Educational Media. the Chabad videos that they interview people, documentaries, document people's interviews and
I was
documentaries.
watching it.
So this shliach, this chassid,
I was watching it.
he says that when he was a bacher, all of a sudden he started to have doubts in his beliefs in Hashem. And he turned to his teachers, and no one could satisfy him. And he came from a Hasidic home, and he was a good guy. He didn't stop doing the mitzvahs, but he didn't do it with zest. He didn't do it with fire, with passion.
I saw it.
And the grand rabbi of the yeshiva, the head, the master of the yeshiva, would write to the Rabbi about each bacher, about each student, and he wrote about him also. That's a big problem. When a person says he starts having doubts about Hashem, about the Torah, should I do it? Should I not do it?
Why not?
And finally, this thing he says about a year later, all of a sudden he said these words. He started to love the Torah, and he started to cry. Every day, I love Hashem. I love the Torah. I want to do mitzvahs. Later he found out, I'm not going to go now all the details, that the Rebbe, mamish davened for him every day, that this bacher in Israel, in Kfar Chabad, he should do Teshuva. So, when you see it, you see how he gets excited. He said he started to love the Torah. He was looking forward to do the mitzvahs. He says, this stayed with him until the end, until he went up to Gan Eden. And this saved his life. And you see a picture of his family. He must have over 100 members of his children and grandchildren by a wedding. He put together this beautiful family.
Picture of him.
But if he would have gone away, if he would have said, you know what, I don't feel it, I don't know, I'm going to go now to be on the beach, I'm going to go hang out here and hang out there and let go of the traditions, he'd be a big loser. Like this, he ended up being a big winner. And he'll be remembered in this world and in the next world.
Right?
And he accomplished a lot. He became a rabbi of his community, of his shul. He was a Chabad shliach. He impacted many people on many levels. Why? Because he kept strong, and he, no matter, even if he had some doubts, he fought his Yetzer Hara. He didn't throw in the towel.
No.
He didn't say, I can't do this. Do it anyway.
Do it.
You like it or you don't like it. First do it. Put on tefillin. Serve Hashem, and you'll see the love will come. But if your Yetzer Hara tells you, I'm not going to do it, because I don't feel like it, you're playing with fire. Very dangerous. Do the mitzvahs. Don't listen to the Yetzer Hara. One day you'll look back, you'll say, oh, thank you Hashem that I didn't let go. Thank you Hashem that I came to Mincha on Wednesday, October 19th. That I didn't miss. That I didn't stay home or whatever, go here, go there. Where are you going? Where are you going? This is the most important place to be at this time. One day you look back and say, thank you Hashem that I was here and I made the right decision. And I invested time and energy, and I did it happily. And they'll show you a video of you coming into shul, because every person there's a video following you, every step of life. You say, thank God that I came, Baruch Hashem. I was able to do the mitzvahs. When I was able to function and do it happily. But if not, it's too late. It's over. Goodbye.
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 Tomorrow starts a new agenda. Tomorrow has its own quote. So let's continue serving Hashem b'simcha. Let's serve Hashem with strength.
Amen.
Let's thank Hashem and ask Hashem to continue to give us lots of inspiration.